Hey people that are interested in cats, the paranormal and things. Well, I unexpectedly received a new pet. Now, it's not bad, it's pretty good, just I didn't expect it. So it was nice of the person to turn around and say, oh, do you want this? And I'm like, oh, do they want me to hold it for them? And then and we'd always get these technical difficulties when it gets to the frogs, who have to put their input on the situation and what they think about it. Anyway, so it's an unexpected pet, but rather than me telling you what I got, I'm going to make up their enclosure and then I will show you what I've got. So we'll go down to the floor and we're going to put together the enclosure and yeah, see you in a moment. And we're back. So as you can see, we can just see right through this enclosure all the way to where Forest is asleep because it's her bedtime. But then Smog's up because she's having a quick nosy. She's under her bench that I bought her ages ago. Where is she? There she is. But let's go back to the thing at hand. So I did actually just clean this enclosure out. So it's all nice and clean. So I may speed this up because it can be a bit of a long-winded thing again. But I'm going to start putting this enclosure together. So let's get going. So, what do you think? Now, I would have done better with the jungle vine, but since these things will not stick, they're an absolute pain in the bum. So I'm just going to do it like that. But yes, that's what I've done so far. So I'm going to fill that with water. And I'm going to get the creature out. So hang on. Okay, so this is the temporary enclosure I put it in. This is actually what I use for when I soak my snakes if they went through a shed, or sometimes it just helps them along with the sheds. So I put them in this, and obviously it's got holes along this. So I'm going to take it out there. I did actually put some cork bark in there, but I don't have any room for it to go in the other enclosure, but I might try and find a way for it to maybe utilise it in one way or another. So let's get this out. Oops. Oh, your water's looking a bit murky already. Where do you think you're going? I don't think so. So, there we go. You can see its face. Now I'm going to put it into its enclosure pretty rapidly. In fact, I'm going to do it now, because they do like to have a good smell. And yes, they do like doing the climbing thing. Oh, that water had gone very grimy. And I only put it in the other day. So, there we go. Don't know whether you can see it, but we will zoom in. But it will get regularly held. Now it's, yeah, it has to go to a corner, which I can't show. So let me just try and get this box out of the way. On top for now, and bring this closer. There they are. Now the hide that I've just put in there and the water bowl are brand new. One thing I don't like them having is nowhere to rest or feel comfortable. So this is an albino rat snake. Now I don't know which continent it is from, because I've heard of Texas rat snakes and the other, but for some reason, when I was given this, I was holding a number of snakes, like you do. And then, yeah, you would have to go higher, wouldn't you? And when they turned around and says, oh, do you want this snake? And I just thought they were just passing with the snake. And I'm like, okay. I held it. And he says, no, take it home. I'm like, what? Really? Got a little derpy face. Like, peekaboo. So, can stretch out in there for a little while. And yeah, I was like gobsmacked. So gobsmacked, I forgot to ask what locality it was. So I will try and get it. Chances are it'll be after this video. And yeah, and then I'll find out what it is. Seems someone's having a good nosy in there. Oh. What are you doing, you numpty? I do want some other branches in there to give it a little bit of hanging space. Since I do know they like climbing and getting themselves everywhere. Yeah, it's better to look at the top because then it's not reflecting too much. I have just stuck to the side a heat pad, and I do have an outlet that it can be connected to. And yeah, from what I do remember, it is a male. Now, the guy reckons it might have a slight birth defect, like a cleft lip, but we don't know, because he said it could be a bit of dirt, could be anything. And at the end of the day, an animal is an animal. Whether they've got a birth defect or not, you're going to accept and love them no matter what. Well, that's my way of seeing things. So, yeah. So it's got a permanent home here. I am going to read a little bit more into these. I'm assuming they probably live 20 odd years at least, but I'm going to look that up. But I've been told this can grow up to about 7 foot, so it will get slightly longer than my 2 male ball pythons. So that's fair enough. I can quite live with that. It looks like somebody is taking advantage of the space in there. Obviously, this is not the permanent home because it will keep on growing and it is due to be fed as well. So that's why I didn't really want to be hanging around holding it. So I am gonna be defrosting some food for it and hopefully, yeah, start giving it regular feeds. So tell me what you think in the comments. What do you think of this? I think it's pretty cool and I do love the colour on it. I think it's pretty awesome. I'll just try and zoom in on the face of it. We'll keep still long enough. So what do you think? I thought it was pretty cool. So I do actually have a place to put it. I'm going to put it beside the other two snakes that I've got, and that's the hognose and the corn snake that I've got. And yeah, made space for it. Obviously it's going to go in it. It's got the heat pad there for now. And it does get a little bit chilly over there, but since there's a little bit more heat over there, it should be okay. But if I feel it's not getting enough heat, then I'll probably put like a heat dome on top to put a bit more heat in there. But it should be okay because I had the Mexican black snake in this enclosure until it escaped. So not amused that it escaped, and I've looked everywhere, I've not seen it. If it is still in this room, it might be unalive. I've not smelt anything, but you never know. Because obviously you get a really powerful smell. So how it's got out of this room, I don't know. But it could have even jumped into a rubbish bag and I've not noticed. So it's been taken out and disposed of. So there's very little I can do about it. But there you go. Anyway. Let me know what you think and try and give me some name suggestions for this snake. Now, as people mostly know, I like choosing unusual names. None of these typical usual names. I just like doing things differently. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Bye.